Yo, what is up guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video where we have some Master League action for you with Rayquaza, Groudon, and level 51 Gholdengo sent in by Masquerade XX3. These are in the rank 8, so I will warn you before we start the video, it's a long one. Sit back, grab a snack, enjoy. Also, it's rank 8. Will we see some like Persians or some like, I don't know, Magnazones in the Master League? I'm not sure. Maybe we'll see the best rank 8 players in the world all going head to head. And we've got Rayquaza starting things off against Metagross. Safe swap into Gholdengo. And it looks like the opponent does not have a strong answer. They counter with Mewtwo. And Shadow Ball would devastate Mewtwo if it lands. And it does! Oh my goodness gracious. Gholdengo starting out hot. The golden standard of ghost Pokemon. And it's just, it's going to be some... Bro, you just saw the Shadow Ball. Oh man. You know, if he had well, saving 2 shields for Togue is probably the best play. It's just too much work for Togue to go through at this point. Because you're going to get to another Shadow Ball. You have to shield this if you're Togue. And Groudon actually does pretty fine against Togue because those fire punches from Groudon are kind of nasty. They add up. You probably only need 2 to put Togekiss quite low here. And 3 should do the trick, I would think. So, going to build up some extra. Threw after 5, so could throw after 4 there for proper timing. Fire Punch lands. Goes for the Precipice Blades on alignment. So, I think because Precipice is double resisted, Fire Punch is more efficient. But Precipice probably still does more raw damage there. It probably still does more raw damage. And then we see a move coming off from Togue here. Flamethrower, gets shielded. And Rayquaza able to Dragon Tail down. Rank 8, I know some of these plays might not be quite as high level as some of you legend battlers out there. Some of you high level beasts, but it's always good to like see different levels and break down maybe what plays could have been done differently. We've already advanced to rank 13, it appears, as Rayquaza leads against Mewtwo. Pretty neutral matchup here. Also notice Masquerade opting for Ancient Power over Hurricane, which is unique. Usually you'll see Hurricane as that second move. Dragon Claw gets a shield from Mewtwo. Oh, sorry, Breaking Swipe. My bad. It's the same energy, I believe, as Dragon Claw. But Breaking Swipe gets that added debuff, which is so nice. Swap into Groudon, and the Dialga's debuffed. I do like this play of going straight for Precipice Blades because they might no shield expecting the bait. Boom. In comes Kyogre. Not ideal. Not ideal. Going for Precipice Blades really needs this to land to make things a little bit more comfortable. And it does land. That's huge. Because now this Kyogre is not as much of a threat. You simply let Groudon go. You could probably come in with Ray. Yeah, come in with Ray to take out this remaining health. Even get off a Breaking Swipe against Mewtwo. But there's still a full Pokemon in the back, right? Which we don't know what it is. Would have liked to see maybe the instant swap there to avoid giving as much of a farm down. This is a bit of a tough call. And it's just a size strike. Does Mewtwo get to another? It does not. That's huge. Opponent gives him free... Wait. What was the third Pokemon? Oh, it was Dialga. It was Dialga. My bad. My bad comments. Yeah, Dialga got sent back to its Pokeball from that Precipice Blades. I'm filming this really early in the morning. I've got my coffee, my Dunder Mifflin coffee mug. Any Office fans, I'm sure there's got to be some. Let me know in the comments if you're an Office fan. Playing against Yveltal, this is a Gust Yveltal. So not the best timing there from Masquerade. Gave the opponent an entire free Gust. You want to throw 1 extra Dragon Tail, preferably throwing after 5 or after 1 if you can. against a 4-turn user. Shields the Dark Pulse. Opponent swaps in Resh, and this is really good. You've got these super effective breaking swipes that are also going to debuff the Resh. Just going to stay in, I guess. Just going to stay in and take this out. Yveltal becomes a little bit of a problem now, though, in the back. Bite Tyranitar, okay. So you just go straight for the Precipice Blades here, and I think you probably get there before a Crunch. Yeah. And should be pretty good here. Like, could even just stay in. If you're concerned, Yveltal got to 2 Dark Pulses here. Well, you still have a shield, so it doesn't matter either way. Goes for the unnecessary catch for the flex and 1 Hex. Maybe just wanted to reveal the Gholdengo, actually. This Gholdengo's a bit of a funny pick. By the way, it appears these battles are kind of like picked in terms of like all in a row, I think. So I would keep that in mind. These are the highlights from Mr. Gholdengo. Ray into Dialga, not the best lead. He's going to safe swap the Gholdengo. Resisting those Dragon Breaths. I do love that Steel Ghost typing. Lots of resistances. Gets baited with Iron Head. Yeah, I don't think that was quite enough. I don't think that was quite enough for Draco. Go for Shadow Ball here against Kyogre. Boom. Going for another one. Kyogre, I would think, shields this next one up. Kyogre shields. They got to throw eventually. Kyogre. Oh, Kyogre getting so greedy. Kyogre getting so greedy with this farm. Has to go down another shield, but has a lot of energy. Does Kyogre have Blizzard? Probably not. Surf, yeah. So, like, if you're the opponent here, what are you committing these extra shields for? So you can throw Surfs at the Rayquaza. Probably not the best use of shields. And now your Dialga is left without any shields. In a pretty tough situation. Gonna shield the move up here. And another Tyranitar, bro. Oh, man. Another Tyranitar. I shouldn't laugh too much at Tyranitar because although I don't feel like it has play against a lot of the meta, it also hard walls some things. Like it hard walls Mewtwo. If Mewtwo's rocking Shadow Ball. Does really well against the flyers like Lugia, like Yveltal. So, not the worst pick in the world. Does well against Giratina. Masquerade collecting all the wins. Next opponent. Ray into Togue. Tough lead. Let's see if he can get out of this. Going to safe swap Gholdengo. And opponents typically seem to not have an answer. Kyogre comes in. So Kyogre just going to kind of out stat product Gholdengo. Shadow Ball lands. They're going to throw the Surf here. We're going to see a shield come up from Gholdengo. It does look like Gholdengo can reach a 3rd Shadow Ball before getting Waterfall down. Shadow Ball gets shielded. And Kyogre does Waterfall down actually before the 3rd. I was wrong. Don't think this is enough for Blizzard, right? Blizzard takes ages to get to. Okay, this is interesting. Dragon Tail Garchomp in back should be able to live this, but it's going to do a lot of damage. Boom! Move coming through from Mr. Garchomp. It's a Sand Tomb bait. This seems like a tall... Oh no, they're lagging. Oh no, Masquerade. You lucky duck. Masquerade. I think this opponent had you, I gotta be honest. I think they had you. If not for lagging out of the game. Tisk tisk Masquerade. Chat comments. You can say tisk tisk Masquerade because obviously all of us kind citizens, if our opponent lagged, we would simply just top left. We would all simply just wait for them to catch up and not take the free win, you know? It's what we would totally all do. Ancient Power lands from Togue, and he barely gets to the Ancient Power. So even with his opponent missing probably like, I don't know, 4 or 5 fast moves, 4 or 5 Dragon Tails, ended up coming down to 1 fast move at the end. Wow. Next battle, Ray into Yveltal. Pretty neutral matchup here. I would think Ray has the advantage because you can get off these breaking swipes and debuff the Yveltal. Looks like CMP, perfect. Now the Dark Pulse will do less damage. And based off the 4 Dragon Tails and breaking swipe, you know that the next one should KO after the Dragon Tail damage. So pretty straightforward. You just go for this right away, in my opinion. Electing to shield and farm down, which could be nice if this energy is useful for whatever comes in. But it's Mel, so you're probably, yeah, better off. Oh, man. Gholdengo walls Melmetal. That's such a good matchup. I didn't think about this matchup. Walls Melmetal. Rock Slide resisted, Superpower single resisted. In comes Mewtwo. And all that energy saved on Rayquaza is going to be deadly. And the Melmetal is going to be in for a bad surprise when Groudon comes in. Let's Gholdengo go. I like this play. Oh, and lives. Wait, what move did Mewtwo just throw? I'm sorry. I have to rewind. What move did Mewtwo throw there? Was it Psy Strike? Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought maybe it threw, like, something it shouldn't have. But Psy Strike makes sense, especially if they're running, like, Ice Beam or something. And Shadow Ball might feel like it's a little overkill from that range. Maybe I thought Psy Strike would KO. Throwing a couple of break-in swipes here. And now should have the game under wraps with Groudon versus Melmetal. Top left opponent. It is okay. I would top left too if I was in that situation. Melmetal's not going to overcome Groudon, especially Groudon up a shield. Next opponent, here we go. Same lead. Gonna breaking swipe right away. Another CMP playing out the same exact way. One thing I like about Master League is, and the opponent actually shield. That's interesting. One thing I like about Master League is you're going to see a lot of the same matchups over and over. And it's a good opportunity for players to like really learn a team and try and optimize those certain situations. Correctly shields the Earthquake. That would have been devastating. Nice timing this time from our trainer here. Gholdengo lands the Shadow Ball. Opponent didn't want to go down both shields. Going for the Focus Blast. Are they going to shield this? I don't know. Are they going to shield the Focus Blast? They are not. We'll get off the Dark Pulse. And we're going to see Masquerade elect to let the Gholdengo go down. This is amazing, though. This is where Rayquaza is so lethal. Because when there's only one Pokemon left and you can debuff it, it's just so nasty. Probably just elects to let it go down. No, actually going to shield. Maybe get off another debuff. Yeah, and they have to shield at this point. So now it's a double debuffed Mewtwo that's been chipped so much against Groudon. Let's see how much a Psy Strike does here. Maybe like 30%. And Fire Punch going through. It should be about enough to knock out Mr. Mewtwo. Bang. Bye-bye, Mr. Shiny Mewtwo. Yeah, Gholdengo just causing problems, especially if you're in an ELO range playing like lesser experienced battlers. I mean, if someone swapped a Gholdengo on me, I would probably take me a second or two to think about how to respond. But especially against like lesser experienced battlers that haven't seen Gholdengo very much at all, I can imagine it'd be a problem. It'd be problematic. Like, what do I do here? Masquerade searching far and wide for the opponent. And here he is. What we got. Great lead for Rayquaza. In comes Dialga. Going to respond with Gholdengo. Let's see how this plays out. Dialga up a little bit of energy. They did build up to Draco this time. And they went for it. So a great shield. And I like going for the Shadow Ball here, because could you potentially Hex down after the Shadow Ball? Let's see. I think you can. They might get to like an Iron Head, but I think this is just an Iron Head, yeah. And they already debuffed themselves, of course, with the Draco, so that does nothing. And you got all this energy for Groudon. Dude, Gholdengo is going to go ham here. Look at Gholdengo. He looks like those like squiggly flying guys at car dealerships. And he's just launching Shadow Balls left and Shadow Balls right. Is gonna give Groudon a huge farm, but all this energy kind of goes to waste against Rayquaza, who walls Groudon. I think Groudon might have went over 100 energy there. So opponent should be weary of that. Precipice Blade's still going to chunk. You don't even need to shield this. You tank this, and then you freely debuff whatever's left. And it's a Melmetal. GG's. Oh, man. This is brutal. But I would do the same exact thing. Actually, wait. I think opponent preserved the Groudon. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I thought there were 2 Pokeballs there for a sec. If they preserve a Pokemon with 1 HP, like, then it probably wouldn't be as useful to double debuff, because then they could just clear that debuff eventually. But wow, this opponent fighting till the bitter end. They're quadruple debuffed. And they're shielding. You gotta respect it. Fighting till the bitter end. But then they top left, as the Fire Punch probably would have knocked out after the 2 superpower debuffs to the defense. Nice win, Mr. Masquerade. Next battle. Here we go. Another great lead into Shiny Groudon. In comes Mewtwo. Going to stay in and get off this. Will we see a swap out after this, or will he just continue to stay? Going to stay. Is there any way they're running Ice Beam? Psy Strike, okay. You always got to be a little bit concerned about Mewtwo's moveset. Ends up shielding 2 Psy Strikes, so going down 2 shields is not ideal, but you still have a very healthy Rayquaza. Maybe you swap Groudon here and then hope they come in with their own Groudon. Come on, opponent. Swap your Groudon. Swap your Groudon. That's what we're hoping for. I like this play of throwing the Fire Punch to get off some damage before they potentially Draco you. Oh, so in my opinion, the opponent should have simply Draco'd. Actually, though, like, that would have put them in a tough spot still. Because if they Draco the Groudon and then you wait at your timer, you come in with Ray, you could probably just sweep. So, I don't know. I guess this isn't over yet. But does Ray has energy? Ray has a little residual energy. You kind of have to shield and then try and get out of there when you can. Into Dialga. Is the switch timer up yet for the opponent? It is. Oh, but Dialga's so low. Does have an Iron Head, though. Now the problem is Gholdengo can simply farm down. Groudon's so low. You just go for a Hex down here. Is this Precipice Blades? Did he get there, though? It is. Wow. What a game. Very well played by the opponent. I was criticizing potentially not throwing the Draco when you had it, but he understood the win con better than I did. Really well played there by the opponent. That was very nicely done. Wow. Yeah, that was an impressive game. Rayquaza into Garchomp. Pretty favorable for Rayquaza, I would say, especially with Mud Shot. In comes Togue. Gonna swap in Gholdengo, resisting the charms. Really nice matchup. Gholdengo looking so goofy. He's so goofy. He's having a good time. Probably going to have to respect the flamethrower, but you can potentially hex all the way down here, which is pretty disgusting. I want to see it. Hex all the way down. Cast a spell on you, 'cause you're mine. For Shadow Ball here against Garchomp. Already gets to another. So much energy. Garchomp going to be forced to shield here, but they don't. And this is just too much work for Mr. Metagross to do, man. Another Shadow Ball. Dude. Gholdengo taking out this whole team, bro. I would even just come in with Ray here to absorb the energy. But no, he's going to come in with Groudon. And I'm not sure what that was. Look, the opponent like thought about top lefting for a second, and they're like, "Yeah, I'll throw this." Another mash coming through. Gonna shield, and can just go straight Fire Punch at this point. Fire Punch should just about KO. Should just about KO from here. Fire Punch, boom. Knocks out Mr. Metagross. Nicely done. Yeah, that was a great showcase of Gholdengo, dude. Just dominated the Togue. Got off 2 Shadow Balls against Garchomp. Neutral matchup here. Both Pokemon dealing super effective damage. Who wins the CMP? Looks like Ray does. Ray Allen. Will we see a shield in return from the Claw? We will. And then knowing Ray wins CMP, throws, ends up catching on Metagross. Nice play by the opponent, but now you hard punish with Groudon. I like the Groudon swap over Gholdengo, since Gholdengo is just a little bit slower and this damage a little bit more reliable for Groudon. Meteor Mash gets shielded. You can just go Fire Punch here. It's a Shadow Metagross. And the opposing Dragonite is low enough that it's in Fire Punch range. Once again, through after 3. I think the opponent lagged a turn, so got a little bit lucky there. But want to throw after 4 for proper timing. Opponent also throws on alignment. This is just a Sky Attack. Won't be enough to knock out. Throws once again on alignment, giving a free Dragon Tail. Fire Punch coming through. There we go. Proper timing. Throwing after 4. Lands the Fire Punch. Gets another one off. This is a little bit sketchy, though. With Lugia so healthy and all this energy, if they can land an Aero Blast here, it's going to be nasty. Aero Blast should do quite a lot of damage. Boom. Okay, not quite as much as I thought, and it looks like Dragonite didn't get off the move. Ooh. Dragonite might have committed to the superpower there. They had a Claw loaded. So they should have just thrown the Claw. They weren't going to reach a superpower there. CMP. But if it's a Sky Attack, Gholdengo should live. And now you're fine here. 1 Hex KOs. And actually, Gholdengo lives the Dragon Tail. Dude, I'm impressed by Gholdengo. I heard some like more experienced Master League players hating on it. But maybe that was more so for like the Master League factions meta. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of Gholdengo, you Master League players, in the comments. Save swap Gholdengo here against Zacian. Met by Yveltal, but will they shield the Focus Blast? Focus Blast will do a lot of damage here. Bop. Puts it into like Shadow Ball range. Dark Pulse coming through. I think you gotta let it go. You live, but not gonna get there. So Yveltal showing one of the few very hard punishes to Gholdengo. Gholdengo's been causing a lot of problems as a safe swap for opponents, but Yveltal shut that down. Lands the Dark Pulse. Zacian's going to come back in, and it has energy. This is a tough-looking situation. They come in with Giratina. No, opponent. Opponent, what reason? What reason is there? Oh, no, dude. Oh, man. I mean, we all make misplays, right? Like, with our move timing, with, like, calling baits, baiting when it's unnecessary. Like, I don't understand the reasoning here. Zacian just completely walls. Zacian just completely walls the Ray. I don't understand the reasoning behind this play. Sometimes, like, you get what they were thinking. Like, oh, they felt like they needed to preserve this. They felt like maybe this was in the back. I don't know, man. I don't know what reason there is. Not over yet. If you can somehow live this and get to 2 moves, but I'm pretty sure Groudon will... Oh, God, that did so much. And the Zacian isn't fully powered up, it looks like, either. So, yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Pro tip from Rise. If you have Switch Advantage, line up your Zacian with a Rayquaza, okay? Fairy beats Dragon. Think of it that way. Ray into Garchomp. It's a Dragon Tail Garchomp, so Dragon Tails are chunking. Gets off the Breaking Swipe. Garchomp smartly recognizes it can Dragon Tail all the way down. You probably come in here with Groudon, and maybe you absorb the move, or Shield if you feel like they're going to outrage you, or Earth Power. Lets it go, and they Sand Tomb. People love to Sand Tomb unnecessarily. However, what this will do is probably force Groudon out of here with whatever comes in. And, yep, you're going to get out of there anyway. Oh, God. This looks over. If he lands this, like, maybe gives him a chance, but I don't think so. I don't think he gets to a Shadow Ball anyway. Oh, yeah. Yikes. Well, shields are down. There's no way, right? There's no way. Defense fell. You overfarm a bunch. Overfarm as much as you can. You need to get to a Precipice Blades plus Fire Punch, but I don't think that's happening. Nah. Precipice Blades can do big damage, but Kyogre should be able to survive. Bop. And Kyogre gets the win. Nicely done. Next battle, we got like 1 or 2 more. Wrapping up this video. Masquerade. Searching for opponents with his Jack-o'-lantern. Another Garchomp lead. Rayquaza catching lots of great leads, it seems. Going for the Breaking Swipe. Grabs a shield. And will we respect the outrage here? Ooh, Sand Tomb Bait. That's nasty. Does Garchomp even get there, though? I wasn't really counting. I would think so. Does get there. So Garchomp able to get a shield advantage. Both shields down. In comes Melmetal. I love the safe swap. It is hard punished by Yveltal, but this game is not over. Because although Yveltal is going to do really well here, if you land the Focus Blast, it's going to make it fairly easy for Rayquaza to deal with. I love the recognition that he could live 1 more Snarl and get this off. Grabs the final shield. You come in here right away. I like the Breaking Swipe, and then next could even Ancient Power, potentially. I like the debuff first. Yeah, perfect. I think this is perfect way to play this. This is CMP. This might even knock out. Let's see. Boom. Knocks out. And now, yeah, this is fine. This makes sense. I think either way, you're good. Could have, like... Oh, and it's a Thunderbolt. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Ended up being a Thunderbolty call. That's insult to injury for the opponent. Wow. Insult to injury. I believe this is the last battle of the video. Let's see if Masquerade can end on a win. Here we go. Ray into Melmetal. Tough lead. We're going to say swap the Gholdengo, I bet. Do they have a response? Not really. Not really. They come in Mewtwo. Gonna have to shield this Mewtwo. Otherwise, you go bye-bye. Okay. Mewtwo over farming. I think they threw an alignment. Not good for the opponent. Giving Masquerade a free hex. So now Masquerade should be safely ahead. I don't think Mewtwo is going to be able to get to 2 more Shadow Balls because of the slow swap and also the poor timing. Yeah, opponent keeps giving Masquerade free hexes, which... Oh! Lets that one go. Okay. Now things could become more interesting. I think you just... Oh. Opponent gives up switch. Yikes. Yeah, so lots of mistakes being made this game on both sides, I would say. Gets off the Precipice Blade. It's going to one-shot this Melmetal. And what comes in? Is it Mewtwo? Mewtwo comes in. Mewtwo going to outpace? Wait, what? Hold up. Click the rewind button. So Mewtwo either lagged a turn or they just didn't throw. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so Mewtwo lagged a turn. Unfortunate for the opponent. I'd be malding. And then there's Yveltal. Oh, man. Good matchup for Yveltal here. Does Ray have energy? I forget. If so Yveltal's throwing right away here. Like, if you're Yveltal, you got to recognize that there's a Rayquaza right there in the back. And you have to be over farming here so you have residual energy so you can Dark Pulse that Rayquaza. Fire Punch coming through. I guess Rayquaza would have won CMP anyway, so not a huge deal. Nice combo play here from Masquerade. We'll get off the Dark Pulse and survive, but one Mud Shot will be enough to take out Yveltal. And that's a GG. A bit of a sloppy game at the end there. Some of the plays and move timing, but it's all good in the hood. We can all learn a little bit from different levels of elo, and I thank Masquerade for sending me a very cool submission with a very strong team of Rayquaza Groudon core, and then Gholdengo, who showed he can be a menace and a force to be reckoned with depending on the team composition in the Master League. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Comment down below. All comments are appreciated. And yeah, once again, we're approaching that 40,000 subscriber mark. So if you watched my videos and you realize, oh wait, what the heck, I'm not subscribed, feel free to click that button. Help us reach that goal of 40,000. I set a lofty goal of 50,000 by the end of the year, which I know is going to be tough. But I mean, you might as well set your goals high, right? If you set your goals easy, that's not really challenging yourself. So I set my goals high, and hopefully we can get 40,000 fairly soon, maybe by the end of the month, and 50,000 would be amazing by the end of the year. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.